Welcome back to the Walker Athletic Complex. Here for Game 2 of our softball doubleheader in the best-of-3 series between the Hawks of Huntingdon and the Lady Lions of Piedmont. This is the semifinal round of the USA South Championship Tournament. A best-of-3 series here. The winner moves on to play a best-of-3 for the conference championship between Pfeiffer and NC Wesleyan. Piedmont wins Game 1. If you're just joining us, you missed a thriller if you're a Lions fan. A big 7-run third inning sparked a huge lead for the Lions. They put another one up in the fourth, and they went on to win 8-0 in 5 innings. They're 1 win away from the championship series now, but they'll be the visitors here in Game 2 against the Hawks. And pitcher Holly Sharp in the circle here for the Hawks. We saw her briefly at the end of Game 1. She's going to get the nod here in Game 2. A win or go home situation from this point on for the Hawks, as her first pitch sails just a little bit low and outside to the leadoff hitter, Rebecca Stegmeyer.
That was a strike in the first game, so we'll see. They're going to have to adjust to this umpire strike zone. And Stegmeyer getting the shift on her this time, has 3 Hawks on the left side of the field.
Stegmeyer squares to bunt and pushes it foul. Yeah, you're right, Mario. I think that's the second baseman out there. It was number 24, I think it is. My eyes aren't too good, so maybe not.
Yeah, 24.
Is it Anna Vaughn?
Yeah, it is the second baseman. Good job.
Stegmeyer swings in that one out towards short, and it's knocked down but bobbled there by Emily Newstroughton. Took a weird hop on her. It looked like at the last second had to jab the glove down instead of bringing it back up off the turf. So Stegmeyer is going to reach for, I believe, the 4th straight time in this doubleheader.
Yeah,
and this time she reaches on an air.
Yeah, 3 for 3 in the first game. That was a little bit of a turfist ball there, as I said. It takes some weird hops off of this field, whether you water it or not. We put a lot of that turfist stuff down, and our fielders know how to play it, but sometimes some visiting teams unable to pick up those obscure hops.
Yeah, that's the home field advantage, even though Piedmont is technically the visitors in this one. Isley bunts, and she's going to be out at first. A sack bunt there as Holly Sharp bounced out of the circle to field her position. So Isley gets credited with a sack, and Stegmeyer moves into scoring position, wasting no time here, trying to put some more runs on the board and leave no doubts about who the better team is here today.
Yeah, you saw Terry willing to play small ball as he bunted Perry in the first inning of the first game. Now it was willing to do it with the second hottest hitter, Isley, to get her over the second. Isley, a very sure-handed bunter, so totally agree with the situation here. And yeah, Stegmeyer in position. If this ball touches green at all, she's definitely going around third and score.
Now, you just mentioned there, small ball? Terry Martin? No way. As Perry squared to bunt there again, but pulled it back for a strike. But, yeah, willing to play small ball. That's what they do here at Piedmont.
They do. It doesn't matter if you're the best hitter to come through this program in its 22-year history. Yeah, he'll make you bunt.
If the situation calls for a bunt or a hit and run or whatever, we're going to do it. Doesn't matter who's at the plate. Yep. So Perry squared to bunt but pulled it back for a strike. This one she takes low and away for a ball, as that evens it back up at 1-1.
Huntington electing to go with Conville behind the dish again. As I was saying earlier, the better of the 2 defensive catchers that they have.
Sharp in the circle to start this game. We saw her for an inning and a third in Game 1 as she spelled Lauren Melton. As Perry fouls that one straight up out of play. Sorry, Mario, I might have just stabbed you with my pencil there.
You did.
My mistake.
I'm a man. I can take it. Sharp's line on the season, a 3.86 ERA, 2-2 record in 4 2/3, 15 walks to 13 strikeouts.
Getting the sign from the dugout there. Hawks trying to figure out how to play this one here from Perry as she takes a pitch low and away. Skipped on in there. Put her back ahead in the count, 2-1, I believe.
KP up in the count. A slower pitcher here in Sharp than we saw in Melton. KP sometimes likes to get out in front of the ball too much, see if she can sit back and take whatever's given to her here.
Perry swings and lines that one down the right field line, but it's foul. John Winters clapping her up down there. First base coach.
Yep, exactly what
He's
I
still
was
going.
saying.
Still clapping. There we go.
You want it for like a curtain call. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Outside pitch. It was a low curve ball. It probably was going to get called for a strike as it was working away from her. It's probably going to clip the outside portion. Winters loves when you go away with a pitch that is away. He hates when these hitters, even though they are prolific, to pull any of those away pitches.
Oh, hit it where it's pitched. That's where all that success is going to come from. And she does it again there, but it's flown way up and out of play. Clap it back up again. He's still clapping. You're right. When the pitch is away, hit it away. And John Winters has been preaching that since he's been here at Piedmont.
Yes.
2 strikes on Perry. Delivery, and it's going to be fouled up and out of play again. We need to get a camera on John Winters. He's clapping it up again. He loves it. I mean, she's doing the right thing. Is that like we're making fun of it, but I mean, he's doing the right thing. He's encouraging his hitter. His hitter's doing the right thing and trying to hit the ball that's on the outer half, trying to hit it away.
These are all good pitches by Sharp. They're starting middle, but they're working down and outside the zone. I don't know if you can tell from on the camera feed that we have, but yeah, these are definitely pitches that she's wasting that are good pitches by Sharp.
Sharp's going to try another one again. She's got her sign and delivers, and Perry grounds that one down the third base line. It's going to be ruled foul. It was fielded or knocked down right there along the chalk.
Was she not in play, Troy?
That was going to be a tough one. It's not really where the fielder is. It's where the ball is at when it's fielded. So the home plate umpire there that time said it was bounding foul. It was definitely going to go foul, I think. It wasn't going to go fair past third base. So, tough angle there, and that's a bang-bang play for an umpire to make. Nonetheless, it was foul, and Perry hits that one hard the opposite direction down the right field corner. It's going to one-hop the wall. Stegmeyer's going to score easily. Perry's around second. She's going to stand up at third base and yell into the dugout. That's a stand-up RBI triple to put Piedmont up 1-0.
Triple from KP. Love to see that. Winters was clapping every single time. You should have seen him when she actually hit the ball down the third base line, bounced and hit the 210 sign. Excellent piece of hitting from one of the best hitters in the country, and probably, I'm going to say, is the best hitter in the USA South, Caitlin Perry.
Boy, it's hard to imagine there's anybody out there this year that's been better than Caitlin Perry, and it's for reasons like that. A lot of hitters can pull the ball and hit it hard down the left field line. She took that thing and one-hopped the 210 sign right down the right field line. Pitch was away, and she smoked it away.
Yeah, that opposite field power is insane from this girl. She has a very, very strong lower half and very quick hands, which all really contribute to a very fast bat through the zone type of swing for KP, and you saw it right there. Very good piece of hitting.
That sets the table here for Kaylee White, the DP, who we've been accustomed to seeing in Game 2s. As she squares to bunt, it's right back up. Perry's coming home. The throw is dropped, and Perry's going to slide in safely. That's going to be the second run of the inning. Kaylee White's going to get an RBI on that one, a bunt straight back to the pitcher.
Not sure if Conville was going to get her. It was a really good play by Sharp to come in. Did not pick up. She was able to stay down and scoop the ball to Conville. She ended up dropping it on the transfer, but Perry had a very good slide doing that little trail as she was going basically by home plate before she was starting her slide.
She did. She was very, she wasn't right down the line. She was drifting, sort of toward our press box, back on your screen, towards the screen here to stay out of the way of the tag. Again, really good play there by Perry to make a good slide, and Kaylee White to get the bunt down in play. As Taylor swings to the first pitch, it's lined out there, and White's going to get caught sort of in no man's land with the second baseman coming over to make the play. Little flare from Taylor, and that's going to be a double play to end the inning. But Piedmont scores twice. The runs keep coming, and they lead 2-0. We've played only half an inning. Remember, Piedmont's the visiting team in this game, too. So in the bottom half, Huntingdon's coming up. They've got work to do.
Leading off for the Hawks, the right.
Mario D'Alessandro alongside me. I'm Troy Wyman in game 2 of this doubleheader. First pitch is bunted up the middle, but it's Caitlin Isley to make the play. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning for Huntingdon. That was Brooke Stefankowitz, who tried to lay down the bunt for the base hit, but to no avail as Isley gunned her down.
This is good job scouting by Piedmont. In the first time they played 3 for 5 with Stefankowitz, but we saw that's all she can do right there is basically put it down right in the circle. Isley was on top of her there and negated anything in the first game and as well as that to start the second.
That first pitch there to Emma Bauer was a strike. Martina Malik, the starter for Piedmont here in game 2, the junior from Locust Grove. She's been a game 2 starter essentially the whole season as this one's poked out toward short. Macy Allen gloves, fires. And there's another quick out. Only 3 pitches and 2 outs already for the Lions defense here in this half inning. Speaking of the Lions defense, we'll set that for you real quick. It's Martina Malik in the circle, and it's Mackenzie Davis, the catcher in game 2. Isley, Allen on the left side of the infield, Sauls and Taylor on the right side. Perry, Stegmeyer, Smith are left to right in the outfield. And Malik just threw a gorgeous changeup to start that at bat against Emily Neustraten to get a swing and a miss.
That was Life Magazine gorgeous. That was cover, baby.
Oh, that was easy, breezy, beautiful. Cover girl. Malik doesn't get the call on that one. That one probably would have been a strike in game 1. That outer part of the zone was being called, but not this time. She brings another one there, and that one's called a strike. Very similar batting lineup for Huntingdon in this game. Stefankowitz, Bauer, and Neustraten, followed by Vines, Anna Vaughn, second baseman in this game, and Lydia Lewis, and then Annie Nolan, Caitlin Caffey, and Sydney Conville, as Neustraten takes that one low and away for a ball.
Tina going to look to get that change up and curveball going. Curveball, the bread and butter pitch for Tina.
Going to bring this pitch home, and it's fouled straight back into the fencing.
You think they could get through there?
Probably.
Yeah.
It'd be a heck of an angle.
Yeah. That's about as close as it'll probably get to hitting us.
Yeah, a little bit of an opening up here in that fence. Might want to replace that as Neustraten turns on that one and laces it down the left field line. That's a base hit into left field as Perry, that is, tracks it down. So that's twice in these last 2 games that Neustraten has ruined any chance of a 1-2-3 inning to start the game for Piedmont, as she had a double in the top of the first in game 1 and now rips a single here in the bottom of the first in game 2.
Yeah, she was really on top of it the first at bat that first game. We were thinking, oh, maybe they have McBrayer figured out, but then McBrayer quieted those critics pretty quick.
Hannah Vines, the DP for the Hawks, steps in. She took that first pitch up and out of play. Little lefty slap hitter.
If you're coming to this second broadcast without hearing the first, Martina Malik, the 3rd best ERA on the team. But you probably couldn't tell what that ERA actually is. It's a 1.54 on the season.
Didn't get the call there. A snap throw from Davis back to first. Was not in time. Davis behind the plate here in game 2. We've been seeing that a lot with Malik and Davis in game 2s. As that one is on the outer half, caught the black. You're going to get a called strike.
Yeah, the black a little bit tighter on the edges here, Troy. Already seeing for the first inning and a third.
Yep, brand new game, new strike zone with the new umpire back there, as this one's just pushed toward third. Isley, she short-armed it, and Kara Taylor wasn't able to make the play. That's going to move the runner up. That's Neustraten going to third, and Vines is going to reach on what I imagine is going to be an E5. Caitlin Isley just short-armed that one and threw it in the dirt to Kara Taylor.
Yeah, very rare. Super sure-handed over there. Typically that throw is usually on the money to Taylor. That'll happen.
Uncharacteristic error there from Isley, but she just didn't follow through on that one. I could see it out of her hand. She wanted to guide that one. She was so close to Kara Taylor. She goes, I'll just ease that one over there. And when she did, she just threw it in the dirt. So that's going to give Huntingdon some life here with runners at the corners now. And they're going to make them pay. First pitch swinging. That was Anna Vaughn. She pokes that one out towards left field for a base hit. And that's going to plate New Stratton for the first run of this doubleheader for Huntingdon.
Yeah, just a little Punch and Judy single out there. Gets the first and second bags filled. And tell you what, already, Huntington doing a much better job in the second game than they did the first. And I know we said earlier that if I had one game to do it all, it is situational, but I would take Tina Malik probably over Emma as your ace. So far, and it's good, Troy, that they actually run-ruled that first game because Malik is, if she does get into trouble, you definitely know Emma's fresh, and they still have Madison Whiteside in there, so They can go to a litany of lions in that bullpen.
Shaylin Sutton has proved that she can get the job done late, coming in off the bench in the middle of an inning. So they got plenty of options. That's absolutely true.
Yeah. It'll take a lot to get Tina out of this game. One run is not going to deter her, though.
I will say a little note here. Piedmont has yet to allow an earned run to this Huntingdon team this season. This is the fourth game that they've played. So the errors really have come back to bite the Lions against this Hawks team.
Yep.
Lydia Lewis up to bat now. She fouled that one straight back. Yeah, we talked about that before the broadcast, before we went live. That first doubleheader that we mentioned that was a split. Huntingdon won the first one, and then Piedmont walked off in the second here at the Walker Athletic Complex. It was errors and walks that really made the difference in that set.
Right. Absolutely. 9 errors for the Lions, only 1 for the Hawks, which actually turned out to be costly in the second game, as that was just a 1-run win for the Lions.
Malik going to try to minimize some damage here. Gets that call in the outer part of the plate with a fastball.
Basically 5 through 9 in the last game when a combined 1 for 7. That's going to have to be resurrected here today.
This one's lifted out towards left. Perry calling everybody off, and she's got it. To end the inning. 1 run does come home for the Hawks. It's unearned, but they needed one. It's their first run of the doubleheader so far, and they needed to keep pace with the Lions. It's 2-1 Piedmont after 1. The Lions coming up to start the second inning. First pitch swing, and that's Mackenzie Davis to lead off the top half of the second inning for Piedmont. Right back up the middle, and she's got herself a base hit to lead off the second inning.
Way to stay hot there for Mac. Lead runner on yet again. It feels like every inning the Lions are getting a leadoff runner on.
I think this is the 6th inning that they've sent batters to the plate, and that's 6 for 6 on leading off an inning with the runner, with the leadoff person getting on.
That's a recipe for success if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, that's what that's what leadoff hitters in the lineup, which is Stegmeyer today, that's what they're supposed to do. But regardless of who's up there first in an inning, their job's to get on base and set the table. And Mac Davis does it this time to keep that train rolling. Sets the table for Hannah Smith now, the 7-hitter for Piedmont.
Yep. Had a rough first game. One of the only ones that went over was Hannah Smith. Hopefully she can resurrect that average here, as she was really cooking coming into today's contest.
She's going to square to bunt here, but she jabbed at it a little bit at the end and pushed it foul. Yeah, not long ago, I think just 2 weeks ago, she was Rookie of the Week in the USA South Conference, and well-deserved. Included her first career home run. There was an inside the Parker. They thought they had her scouted. They left right field vacant, and the next pitch she ripped one out there for her first career home run. She's going to square to bunt again this time, but again, she chops it right near home plate and is picked up in foul territory. Runs that count to 1-2. Now, she tried to square to bunt in the last game as well and wasn't able to get him down. She had a pair of strikeouts looking in those situations then, so trying to get something going here is Hannah Smith. Just for whatever, sometimes it's just not your day. And to this point, it hasn't been, but that doesn't mean it only takes one to really turn things around. She's down 0-1 in the count here, and she swings, puts that one in play. Going to have to be a throw on the run, but not in time. So there we go. Only takes one. She didn't hit it hard, but she hit it in the right place, and she's got herself an infield single as Annie Nolan couldn't quite make the miraculous play. Had to throw that on the run. It would have been a spectacular play had it been made.
There was no fault of Nolan's at all. She played it perfectly. That's just when a slapper gets it up that high, you can't do anything about it. That's the beauty of slapping. Very good piece of hitting. Very good piece of fielding, too, by Nolan. Give her credit there.
Yep, so there you go for Hannah Smith, her first hit of the day in this doubleheader, and she needed it after a rough go of it in Game 1. So she finds her way on base. There's 2 runners on now after a pair of singles, and this is Macy Allen, the shortstop in Game 2, as she squares to bunt and can't get it down. Allen comes in hitting .269 this season. See her usually in these Game 2s. A lot of the time she's out there at short in Game 1s or being DP'd for, but in Game 1 it was Drew Graham that was the shortstop. Allen squares to bunt. This time it's way in the dirt, and that's going to get back to the screen here, and runners are going to advance. So they're going to gift him a couple bases here. Now Allen doesn't have to bunt with a pair of runners in scoring position.
Yep. And Macy, I've said it all year, her short stature should not be fooled with, because she has outfield and deep potential in her bat. She definitely can get something out to the outfield, maybe sac fly this third run in.
Yep, you have to imagine she'll be swinging away here, although we've seen some small ball be played before, and here she goes for the bunt.
Good call, Troy.
Couldn't quite get it. Tried to catch the defense sleeping there, but didn't get the bat out there in time.
Now, typically on that bunt here for a suicide, where do you want to put it? Anywhere, really?
I mean, it's going to depend on where the shift is at, I would say. I think as long as it's in fair territory and you've got a speedy runner, it really doesn't matter as long as it's not hit hard directly at a fielder, as Allen fouls that one back out down the left field line. I think in this situation, if you can see the defensive alignment on the screen there, third base isn't a bad option. Annie Nolan's not playing that far in, although neither really is Caitlin Caffey at first. So as long as you don't like one hop a fielder, as long as you make them charge and field it, I think the most important thing is just getting it down and getting it away from the catcher.
Gotcha.
This one's lined again right over toward the dugout.
Drew Graham had to do a little tango to get out of the way of that.
Just mentioned Graham. She was out there as shortstop in Game 1.
Played very well. Solid. Not an error on her report card. So if the Hawks are able to force a Game 3, I think we see the same alignment possibly. Graham out there, or if the Lions do move on, we'll see her in the finals.
Holly Sharp delivers the 1-2, and again, Allen's doing a really nice job of fighting these pitches off. That one was on the inner half and couldn't do much with it. Just had to fight it off and get it up out of play and stay alive. Really impressive job getting her hands through on that. A fastball inside and hit it way up over down the left field line. Allen, the 8-hitter here, a pair of runners on base. Swings and lines that one through the gap on the left side. That's going to plate one. Second run coming home. That's going to be Hannah Smith. And it's a 2 RBI single for Macy Allen as Davis and Smith come home, and Piedmont goes up 4-1.
Excellent job. Down 1-2 in the count. Got something a little juicy up and in. She, like Troy had said, she fought off 2 to the left side that were fastballs in. She takes the one that's just not as inside, like I said, a little fat there, and drives it through that 5-6 hole. excellent piece of hitting by Macy Allen.
Absolutely right, Mario. Really good job staying alive, and then she managed to get a pitch she could handle, and she ripped it through that 5-6 hole on the left side.
And you're going to bring up one of the hotter hitters on the team, too, and TK Saul is the 9 hitter. So they could look to turn this lineup over early and possibly break this open again.
Davis, Smith, and Allen, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, have singled, and singled to start this bottom of the second, or the top of the second inning, that is, for Piedmont here. And a quick reminder, I'm going to do that multiple times this game, I have a feeling. Postseason best-of-3 series, that means that the quote-unquote visiting team, the Huntingdon Hawks, they're the home team in this game too. So Piedmont batting here. This is the top of the second inning. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. We'll get that sorted out in just a moment when we come back. Piedmont leads 4-1, top 10. Yes, sir. Lauren Melton, the new pitcher. She's going to face Sauls, and Sauls grounds one toward third. They're going to go to second to get the lead runner. That's Annie Nolan over there at third. Fires across the diamond to Anna Vaughn. They get the lead runner. Oh, they're going to get caught sleeping. Nobody's in the circle. That's TK Sauls. Maybe they didn't get the lead runner.
Terry Martin loving it. Clapping down at third base. That's exactly what a Terry Martin team will do. Better coaching on the part of Piedmont right there. And TK Saul's been doing that all 4 years that she's there. If you don't re-enter the circle as a pitcher, it's still live. Melton looking back her like, oh, you want to run again? Absolutely. Look for her to take off on this pitch maybe.
Well, Annie Nolan there at third did a good job of getting the lead runner at second base. That was Macy Allen, but it didn't really matter in the end because Sauls found her way over to second base, caught the defense sleeping. So it turns it over back to the top of the order, and it's Rebecca Stegmeyer who takes a strike to start this at-bat. She reached on an error and scored in the top of the first inning. Quick reminder, this is the top of the second here at the Walker Athletic Complex.
Yep, we got Nolan and Neustron in very closely. Nobody really able to cover third, as you see TK getting a very generous lead.
Stegmeyer takes that one on the outer part. Yeah, if you can see the shift there on your screen, they're playing Stegmeyer to hit that thing left.
And that is typically where she goes. So, I mean, that's good scouting on their part. Typically a more traditional baseball shift that we see here.
Mm-hmm. Swings at that. It's up the hand. It's up the middle. It's right where they vacated. Sauls is around third. She's going to score standing up. It's an RBI single for Rebecca Stegmeyer. That's how you beat the shift.
When you're
That's how you beat the shift.
When you are hot, you're hot. She is right now a little spicy sriracha hot right now, Becca Stegmeyer. 4 for 4 in the so far in the series. Drives a run in there.
I think she's 4 for 5. Actually, she reached on an error last time, but she's been on base every time. So no matter what, her OBP continues to go up and up and up, and that's what you want out of a leadoff hitter. She's going to get an RBI there as Sauls comes home, and that's another one. Credit to Sauls. She doesn't score on that if she doesn't find her way to second base. as Stegmeyer takes off, and she finds her way to second base. There's a stolen base.
That's cake, baby.
That's her 11th of the season.
That's cake.
Bases, and more bases right now for the Lions.
Hey, I got a tea time for tomorrow, so I'm betting on these girls to sweep here. Let's go, Lady Lions.
Yeah, but if it, best of 3 series here. If they win 2, we don't got to come back tomorrow. But if they split, we'll have a rubber match as Isley hits that one hard but foul down the left field line.
My skin's actually allergic to rubber, so I ain't about it. I ain't coming back.
Can't come back for a rubber match.
Nope.
What if we, like the deciding game? Game 3, can we do that, but not if we call it a rubber match?
I still don't want to do it.
No, I don't think. Not that I like my job. I like being here, but I think the Lions would prefer to get out of here with 2 wins, and then they can focus their attention on next weekend. Isley watches that one in the dirt. It skips in, and Stegmeyer, a good piece of base running, saw it in the dirt, and she takes third.
Yeah, say that's what they needed to do is, okay, wait, they're sending her back to second. Oh, okay, that was a walk, so that was dead ball right there is what they're saying.
But you can still steal a base on a walk.
I thought so. But
you can still steal third. There was no, I don't know what the.
I don't know why either, to be honest. Terry Martin's not arguing. If Terry isn't arguing, then
I don't know what the call.
Know that the ups are in the right, but.
Did it hit Isley in the footer? It was a low pitch. Did it hit her, maybe?
That could have been.
Maybe it hit her and we didn't notice that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So maybe it was a dead ball and a hit by pitch.
Our stat man, Joe Garwood, did confirm the ump did point over there, so it did hit her in the foot, and that's why. It was still a good piece of base running by Stegmeyer to be aware there.
Yeah, it would have worked out for her. This one's chopped on the ground toward third. Nolan steps on the bag and across the diamond in time to get Caitlin Perry.
Nice stretch by Caffey there.
Really nice play all around from the corner infielders for Huntingdon. Nolan steps on the bag and fires across. It's a double play, and Piedmont is retired. But they plated 3 this inning. They're up 5-0, and we've only played 1.5 innings. Piedmont leads 5-1 heading to the bottom of the 7th. Welcome back to the Walker Athletic Complex on the campus of Piedmont College. You're watching Piedmont Softball here on the Main Event Broadcasting Network on YouTube. Mario D'Alessandro alongside me. I'm Troy Wyman. Martina Mallett gets a swing and a miss here from Annie Nolan to start the Huntingdon half, the bottom half of the 2nd inning here in Game 2.
That's a saucy changeup she just started her out with there.
That was saucy. That's a good way to describe it. That was saucy. Mallett gets another swing and a miss here. She's been doing pretty well so far. Gave up 1 unearned run in the bottom half of the 1st. That's where we sit at the 5-1 score now. Piedmont scored twice in the top of the 1st, 3 more times in the top of the 2nd to lead 5-1 as Nolan lifts that one foul. Drifting is Isley. Nice. And she makes the catch back behind the dugout there for the 1st out.
Nice job of Isley to fight a little sun as she was turned around there. Had a little ice in her veins as she went back behind the dugout to go and try and search for that ball. Nice play by Isley.
Yep, Isley's been stout over there at third base. She did have a throwing error in the top of the 1st that resulted in Emily Neustraten eventually coming home to score. But for the most part, Isley's been pretty stout over there at third as Caffey fouls that one up and out of play. The 8-hitter for Huntingdon. Malik kicks and delivers. That one's ripped on the ground past third, but it goes just foul past a diving Caitlin Isley.
Third base umpire, very relaxed foul call. Normally you see him put him up over their head. He don't think got it above his waistband.
Maybe if this were on a national broadcast, he's going to give it a little extra and really get the theatrics in there. But
hey, we're National League. He should be too. Come on out.
Malik misses up this time to Caffey. 1-2 now the count to the Huntingdon first baseman.
Caffey was 1 for 1 in the first game. Only came up to the plate one time, unfortunately, because of that run rule.
Hits that one high in the air again. It's fouled down the right field line, and it's Kara Taylor, the first baseman, to reel it in, and there's 2 away.
Malik is very effective when she's getting these soft contacts, soft rollers down to the corners, and these pop-outs. She's not a huge strikeout pitcher, so this is when you know Tina Malik is starting to hit her stride.
Yeah, doesn't have a strikeout yet today, but a couple balls hit very softly up in the air. A foul pop-up to third, and a foul pop-up to first has the first 2 outs on the board in this bottom of the second for Piedmont as the 9-hitter catcher Sydney Conville fouls one straight back. Just joining us, Piedmont won Game 1 of this best-of-3 semifinal matchup over Huntingdon. They won 8-0 in a 5-inning contest. As Malik fouls that one straight back, or gets the foul back. So she's up 0-2 now. Yeah, but Piedmont really poured it on in that first game. Big 7-run third inning really set the wheels in motion, I should say, and I don't think they've scored every inning since, if my memory serves me correctly.
Yeah, we don't have a box score here, don't even have a scoreboard right now, so
we can blame the rain on that.
Yeah, the dang rain. Who knew that and electricity don't mix?
I hope you did. Staying alive there is Conville. She fouls that one up and out of play over our press box.
Conville 0 for 1. A strikeout victim of Emma McBrayer in the first game, was also 0 for in the first matchup, so 0 for 3 so far as these two teams have met for the third time. Now 4th actually this season.
This one's hit on the ground past a diving Macy Allen. Can't make the play, even if she had probably no play over there at first. So there, as you just mentioned, didn't have a hit yet. The 9-hitter Conville finds her first hit of the season against Piedmont.
Well, if I was a Huntington broadcaster, I'd say that was a positive jinx, but that was the broadcaster's jinx right there. That's on me, ladies.
Good piece of hitting from Conville, though, regardless of how it happened. Fouled off a couple pitches to stay alive, and then managed to hit a ball hard down the left side of the field. Found a gap. But it turns the order back over to the top. It's Brooke Stefankowitz who takes a ball. And you see TK Sauls again, second baseman, playing in basically in Martina's left hip pocket here.
They got Stefankowitz's number. She's been 0 for here today. Hasn't really had any dangerous plate appearances. Isley getting on top of her again.
This one's fouled back up and out of play over onto the softball or the soccer and lacrosse field at the Walker Athletic Complex.
And it's no knock on Brooke up at the plate. She's a freshman, so she's coming and she's hitting .414, and she's her and Bauer are gonna make sure that this Huntington team is definitely one of the top in the conference for years to come, as they are very good up at the top. But she's gonna have to learn something else than just putting it down right in the middle of this circle here, because teams are keying on it.
Pitch this time misses on the outer half of the plate there. Yeah, 1-2 in the order here for Huntingdon. Like you mentioned, it's Stefankowitz and Bauer, both freshmen, so they're poised to be there for another couple of years and be the ones that set the table for this Hawks offense. As Malik gets the call that time, and looked like she brought one back over the plate there.
Much to the
evens the count back up at 2-2.
Yeah, much of the chagrin of a couple players there on the Hawks bench.
Malik sets. He's going to fire the 2-2, and it's hit on the ground towards short. Allen gloves and throws across the diamond in time to get Stefankowitz. That's the third out of the inning. Piedmont holds on to their 5-1 lead. We've played 2, and they're coming up in the third. Back at the Walker Athletic Complex, top of the third, getting ready to start. Piedmont leads 5-1 here in game 2.
Elise Maddox is going to be in the circle here. Would you care to spell Elise for me, Troy?
It's E-L-I-S-E.
Okay, so it's not A-L-E-E-C-E, correct?
I think I had 2 E's in 2 E's. I'm not even sure. I heard Elise Maddox from our stat guy, Joe Garwood, and I just went off of the phonetic spelling, and I was way wrong. That one's ripped by Kaylee White down the left field line. Foul?
I don't think the third base umpire actually saw it.
He never moved. It went right past him.
Yeah, that was all on the home plate umpire there. And Terry, once again, turns around and goes, oh, man, he's got to be a little more agile down there at third to actually see the ball. What'd you think there, Joe? Yeah, in, out? Kind of unsure? Yeah, he thinks a little out. Okay. We are still trying to spell Elise.
Boy, the ball was it's E-L-I-S-E.
There you go.
Elise.
I'll never forget that.
Yeah, you know.
Kudos
Did you say her stats yet? Can we talk about her stats?
Okay, all right, we'll do that.
She got a 6.06 ERA entering this game and a 5-6 record as White hits that one up in the air back toward third.
Ooh.
And poor communication that time from New Stratton and Nolan coming together, and then they both stopped and looked at each other, and it fell in foul territory. So Kaylee White's going to get some new life here.
Yeah, you got it. I got it. Very unsure there from the left side of the infield there for the Hawks.
Tough play there for both of them, though. Looking up towards some sun, that's for sure. Tough play for Nolan, too. She's got to drift farther back where New Stratton has a more of a straight shot from short, but I'm not sure New Stratton had time to get there anyway. But there's 2 strikes to Kaylee White, and she swings at that one, lines it right back up the middle, but right at Emma Bauer, who makes the play. So a loud first out for Piedmont in the top half of the third.
I'll take that swing any day of the week, Callie.
Oh,
Very
certainly.
good. That's probably the hardest hit ball we've seen today. It was just straight on a rope out to the 225, and Bauer had her played correctly.
That's an L, that's a line out A. You don't see it normally. An L is for if you get a line one to an infielder, and an F is for you fly out to an outfielder. But an L, in L7, L8, or L9, that means you hit the ball hard. Mm-hmm. Kara Taylor grounds this one over towards the left side. Nolan cuts it off and fires across the diamond for the second out.
Do want to mention here, Elise Maddox was not in the first series, so we have no stats on how she did for the first or second game versus Piedmont earlier in April. So this is the first time the Lions are seeing her this season.
Third pitcher that Huntingdon's used in this game as well. They started with Holly Sharp, who pitched some relief in Game 1, went back to Melton, who started Game 1. Neither of them have gone very far. They've totaled just 2 innings now, and this is the top of the third, and we got our third different pitcher. So trying to find something that can break up the Lions' offensive rhythm here.
I don't think it's going to be too successful because early on it looks like they're hitting the ball hard against her, starting off with Kaylee White, and that ball was hit sharply out there by Mack.
Mackenzie Davis singled her first time up. She's catching this game, too. She fouled the first one off and then lined that one toward left field, and that's going to get down in front of Lydia Lewis for a base hit. So a good piece of hitting there from Mackenzie Davis to find her way on base. Another piece of note, this is the first inning of the day that Piedmont has not had the leadoff hitter reach base safely.
Well, they should have, because Kaylee White tagged hers, as did Mackenzie Davis there. Lewis was basically playing exactly where she is now, if you can see on the broadcast, the far left of your screen. The ball only bounced about probably 15 feet to the right of her, but it was just hit so hard. They're already starting to tee off again on these hitters, and I didn't want to say anything, but, and you know, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it here until this gets a little bit more out of hand. But
Talk about a cliffhanger.
I have noticed something here.
Hannah Smith digs in now. She takes the first pitch outside for a ball. She singled her last time up, a little infield chopper.
If they're not playing her on that shift again, obviously the runner on first, unable to afford that, are the Hawks.
1-0 pitch this time, and it's lifted out over the shortstop's head, and it's another single for Hannah Smith. Didn't hit it on the screws necessarily, but she had enough lift on it to find some grass out in shallow left field.
When they play the shift, that's exactly where Anna Vaughn was going to be playing. So unfortunate for Huntingdon that they weren't able to employ it there because of Mackenzie Davis being on first base, but that's a perfect piece of slapping there. That's exactly what you want to do as a slapper if you see the infield exactly aligned like you are. Nolan was much further in that time. Throws it right over the head of Stefankowitz. I'm sorry, Neustraten. All those German names I can't get straight so far. Hits it right over the head of Neustraten at short.
Mackenzie Davis and Hannah Smith, they're hitting 6 and 7 in this game 2. They're 4 for 4 so far today.
Love that from the
really keeping that, the bottom half of the order, keeping the line moving. And this is both coming with 2 outs now as Macy Allen steps up and she swings and fouls that one off. If we add her into that so far, Davis, Smith, and Allen, 6, 7, and 8. They're 5 for 5. Allen singled her first time up as well.
There you go.
And good bounce back from Hannah Smith. She did not have a great game in game 1. Couple strikeouts looking, really just wasn't seeing the ball well. She got a pair of hits here in game 2, though. A good way to bounce back for the freshman. As Allen takes that one in the dirt, and it's going to skip away just a little bit from the catcher, and both runners advance.
Good softball IQ there by Davis. She was going to get there whether that ball bounced away from Conville or not. She was already going. As soon as she saw that ball was going to hit the dirt, now it did bounce away from Conville, so no contest.
Big opportunity now here for Macy Allen. 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position. Piedmont already leading 5-1. A big chance to add on if she can find a way to find some grass out there and plate a couple runners as she hit that one hard but pulled it foul.
With all these righties in the lineup, Terry Martin might want to think of shin pads next time if these hitters keep just getting on these pitches like they are today.
And I think Terry's been doing this long enough. He knows what he's capable of. I think even if he wears 1 or 2, I think he'll be fine with that because that means his hitters are hitting the ball hard, which is, I think, really what he cares about.
Yep.
If I get hit, I get hit, as long as y'all are hitting it hard. Allen takes that one. It skips in for a ball.
Maddox looking kind of like a mix between speeds of Melton. And who was the other one? Holly Sharp, I'm sorry. Mix between Sharp and Melton. A little bit faster than Sharp for sure, and not as much movement as we saw Melton have.
Brings this one home, and Allen laces another one foul, but it can't quite straighten that one out, could Allen? She did this her last at bat, too. Yeah. She fouled off 3-4 pitches or so and then finally found the hole between short and third.
We do got to give a little credit to John Winters, too. He had those, we were talking about those glasses he had on before, switched to whatever he's wearing now, some Oakleys, and that's right when that 7-run inning came on. So credit to you, John.
Allen hits that one hard out toward left field, but it's Lydia Lewis to make the play. Stumbles down at the end there, but she held on. She got a little turned around, but didn't matter in the end. She managed to track it down, and that's a very important out. Saves a couple runs as Allen hit that one on the screws. Piedmont leads 5-1. We head to the bottom of the third here at the Walker Athletic Complex. Bottom of the third inning here at the Walker Athletic Complex. First pitch swinging. Isley's backpedaling, and that's going to sail over the head of Kara Taylor. That's going to be a leadoff single, I believe, that time.
Yeah, that would have been a heck of a play. She was backpedaling and trying to throw. Not much. She's going to probably tell you that I could have made that play. Give me the error there, which she probably will get on the throw.
It'll be a base hit, and then the throwing error advances Bauer to second.
Yeah, and she has to take that because with Bauer, the very fast number 2 hitter, Allen's not going to come in and get that ball by the time she's going to be all the way to first before she even gets a glove on it.
Weird play because Isley read it well, but then as the ball chopped over her head, she kind of got caught into a back pedal and had to throw it on her heels, and that's a tough throw to make. So she read it right, but then that bounce it threw off the balance a little bit.
That's an excellent piece of hitting, though. Good job by the slapper Bauer.
Should note it's 2-3-4 leading off this inning for Huntingdon. Bauer just reached, as we saw, and now it's the 3-hitter shortstop Emily Newstroughton.
Newstroughton, only one of 3 Hawks that had a hit in the first game. Also has a hit in this one.
She's down 0-2 here to Martina Malik, though. The Piedmont Game 2 starter. Hit on the ground toward Isley. Watches the runner back. Across the diamond to Taylor for 1. Back across to Macy Allen, but it's going to get between her legs.
No way. Calling obstruction on that.
A lot of contact over there as Allen's trying to get back to the ball.
She has a right to the ball, does she not, Troy?
I don't know. Their legs definitely got tangled there. I'm not sure who initiated it. I don't know if they've made an official call or if it's a sort of a no harm, no foul situation over there now.
I think they did not make a call on it. I'm glad they did.
I think that's fine. I think it was all inadvertent on both players. Bowers, slides in and then gets up and thinks about running, and Allen's got to track the ball down. Just people getting crossed up. Isley knocks that one down again. A hard hit ball to the hot corner, and she makes the throw across the diamond for the second out that time.
She's been busy over there so far.
Goodness. They're making her work for it, that's for sure. That was Hannah Vines that just grounded out to Isley. That one goes 5-3.
It's a really good piece of running there by Bauer to get down to third because Isley had already checked her, but then ended up getting to third on that throw to first. I really thought if it was a perfect throw from Taylor, I think they were going to get her because she didn't get the greatest jump, but just unable to get the tag down was Macy Allen.
A lot of moving parts in this inning, that's for sure. It's Emma Bauer at third base now. Anna Vaughn stepping into the plate for Huntingdon. That one's fouled up and out of play. It's 0-2 now to Vaughn, the second baseman. I wrote down these plays in the wrong section of my scorecard, so that's going to annoy me for the rest of Game 2.
Now I'm annoyed, too. Ugh.
If I got to deal with it, you got to deal with it. Malik delivers this one. It's chopped out towards short. Allen gloves, fires. It's dug out over there at first base by Kara Taylor. So after all that, no harm, no foul. That seemed to be the theme of that half inning. Piedmont strains a runner at third. We've played 3. The Lions lead 5-1 here in Game 2. Top of the fourth inning here at the Walker Athletic Complex. 9-1-2 due up for the Lions. It's TK Saul's first pitch bunted. It's in play. Bang, bang play over there at first, and Sauls is out just barely. Nice play hopping out of her position there by Conville to make the play.
Rebecca Stegmeyer.
I said that the better defensive catcher was Conville. She proved it right there, out like a cat behind home plate. Almost a perfect bunt by TK there.
Yeah, pretty well placed, and TK can run, so that created a bang-bang play. It needed to be a perfect throw from Conville, and to her credit, it was. First pitch swinging for Stegmeyer, right back to the pitcher. That's Elise Maddox. So very quickly, 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the fourth inning for Piedmont.
Wait, Becca's human. She didn't get on.
First time she hasn't reached base today.
Oh, God, she's just terrible. She's terrible.
Might want to pinch hit for her next time that comes around. So 2 pitches, 2 outs here. That brings up Isley. Try to keep the inning alive for the Lions. She swings at the first pitch, and it's fouled back into the fencing.
Oh, we got a dog.
That's Ellie Zemba.
Welcome.
Easy nickname.
Can you spell Zimba?
Ziemba.
Oh, Elise.
Isley swings at that one, chops it foul. I think it hit her while she was still in the batter's box. So quickly down 0-2 here. 4 pitches thrown this inning so far from Elise Maddox. She's gotten 2 outs and she's gotten 2 foul balls, so she's throwing them where the Lions can hit it. I think that's her job right now, is just to try to keep the Lions in the park. As Isley swings at that one, it's chopped back up the middle, and Maddox hops out of the circle to make the play. So quick 1-2-3 inning that time for Piedmont in the top of the fourth. We'll go to the bottom half. Hawks trying to claw their way back into it. It's a 5-1 Lions lead. Lewis, Nolan, and Caffey to lead things off in the fourth inning for the Hawks, as the left fielder Lydia Lewis takes one low and away for a ball.
Piedmont looking to becoming the second team in as many days to defeat Huntingdon to go on to the finals.
Lewis lifts that one high out toward right field. Hannah Smith giving chase, and say, hey, Willie Mays. Nice little over-the-shoulder play as she had to go back on that one. And that's a very important first out. Nice play from the freshman.
Normally I'd be more excited at that, but I've seen that from her already twice this season. She has a very good ability to go back on the ball and still keep track of it. Didn't turn too many times as to lose the position. Very good job by Hannah Smith.
Boy, that's tough, though, to be looking back at a ball like that up over the shoulder. So really nice play there from the freshman. A very important first out as Annie Nolan steps in now and takes the first pitch away for a ball. Nolan 0 for 1 on the day. She fouled out to Isley at third her first time up, and She fouls that one straight back into the fencing to even it up at 1-1 now.
Malik working a solid game so far. Pretty clean report card outside of that first inning for Tina.
Brings the 1-1 and it's fouled straight back. And even that one run she gave up, it was unearned.
Yeah.
Should have been out of the inning, but a low throw from Isley across the diamond to Taylor kept the inning alive and resulted in a run.
As Troy mentioned when that happened, yet to be an earned run by Huntingdon on Piedmont this year.
That's true. The last doubleheader we played, they scored 4 runs, I believe, over the 2 games. All 4 of those were unearned. And then just 1 here in this doubleheader, and it's been unearned as this one swung on and missed by Annie Nolan. Mario, would you believe me if I said that's the first strikeout of the game for Martina Malik, and we're in the 4th inning?
If I wasn't looking at the stats, I wouldn't have. I would have called your bluff.
Malik, really, there aren't many strikeout pitchers on this Piedmont staff. They're just really solid pitchers. They locate well. They keep it low in the zone, so it's not too much of a surprise. But to be late in a game like this, that's impressive for Malik to get her first K there.
3 2/3, only 4 hits and the 1 strikeout so far. Not a walk on her report card. So she took that home to mom. She'd be pretty happy. Put that on the fridge.
Caitlin Caffey grounds that one out towards short. Allen picks it. 6-3. That ends the inning. Another 1-2-3 inning for the Lions defense. As we go to the top half of the 5th inning now, we've played 4. Piedmont leads 5-1, getting closer to a USA South Championship Series appearance.
Caitlin Perry.
Top half of the 5th inning here at the Walker Athletic Complex alongside Mario D'Alessandro. I'm Troy Wyman here in the Game 2 broadcast. If you're just joining us, Piedmont won Game 1 of this Divisional Championship Series. Serves as a USA South Tournament semifinal matchup. Piedmont won 8-0 in that first game thanks to a big 7-run 3rd inning. And they're up 5-1 here as we start the 5th inning of Game 2. Caitlin Perry digs in for her 3rd at-bat of the contest.
I know I speak for most people when I say I hope she hits the scoreboard and topples it over, as somebody just mentioned, because it's not working right now, so maybe they'll turn the lights on.
I think we need it. Yeah, that might be just what we need, actually, as she fouls this one straight back. It's like when you don't really know what your laptop's not working, so you give it a quick, I'm just gonna hit it once and hope that fixes it. Maybe we need that with the scoreboard too. Just need somebody to pelt it with a hard hit softball, and then all of a sudden it'll start working again.
Oh, this is the crew right here that can do it.
Perry hits that one hard out toward right center field. 2 outfielders giving chase. They're not going to get to it. Opposite field home run, Caitlin Perry. That's her 4th of the season, and it's going to put the Lions up 6-1.
I told you to hit the scoreboard. You hit it the other way. What the heck, KP? Great piece of hitting.
We talked about it earlier. I don't remember if it was Game 1, Game 2, but hitting the ball where it's pitched, and John Winters over there. Clap, 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 clap. Yes, hit it where it's pitched. She did it there again, outer half of the plate, and she hammered it to right center field, and her rewards her 4th home run of the season.
Yeah, that was like a little easy pop out there, too, because she really didn't get all of that. Hands through the zone perfectly, just extended them a little bit instead of pulling tight and really getting the hips through. And I'll tell you what, she just really threw her hands at that and didn't get all of it and still cleared the fence.
Well, that's what good hitters do. You don't have to make the greatest contact, as Kaylee White rips that one straight out towards center field. She's been robbed twice now. Her last 2 at-bats have been L8s in your scorecard.
Yep. She's giggling on the way back into like, she knows she's hitting it well.
Yeah, sometimes as a hitter, you're like, I mean, I did my part. I did all I could do, and that's how the game works sometimes. You get unlucky. Perry leads off with the home run. Kaylee White just smoked one, but she's out. Piedmont leads 6-1 here in the top of the 5th inning, as Kara Taylor digs in and hits that one as hard as she can out in the left center field gap. That's going to run all the way to the wall. She's going to find her way over to second base, and it's a stand-up double. 3 hitters, 3 very well hit balls so far in this top of the 5th inning.
Troy, they're back in the hammock. They're hunting the Hawks in the hammock right now. This is easy power for the 3, 4, 5 hitters so far for the Lions, and they are absolutely teeing off right now on Melton is not. I'm sorry, Elise Maddox. I was about to say Melton again. I didn't change it over on my scorecard. That's my fault.
3 different pitchers already in this game for Huntingdon. They're trying to find somebody that can keep the Lions hitters at bay. And as you see on the scoreboard on our screen here, still haven't quite found it. We might go to our 4th, as we mentioned that as well. They're still trying to find somebody because these Lions are hot at the plate right now.
Hot's an understatement, man. They are crushing the ball today. This is what we expected. We knew the Lions were a superior team. No offense to Huntington, they don't add up. They don't match up pitching-wise. Piedmont has 2 of the 3 top pitchers in the entire USA South, not just the West side. And, it really caught up with Huntington today. They haven't played like a messy game where they've had a bunch of errors, but they just haven't had the pitching staff to, keep up. And they have not had the sticks going at all, as the Lady Lions are yet to allow an earned run to them today. Only the 1 earned so far in their first inning by Tina Malik.
Yeah, absolutely. You've mentioned it there, Mar. It's not that anything Huntington's really doing that wrong. They're not. It's not. You look at the scores. It was 8-0 in game 1. It's 6-1 here. There aren't that many errors. They haven't given up many free passes. The Lions have just hit the ball really well consistently throughout this game. Once that 7-run inning in the 3rd in game 1 happened, that's just opened up the floodgates. And this one thing about this Lions team, when their bats are moving, they're moving. It's hard to get them to stop until the end of the series, and then you're out of luck.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
The only thing that really slows them down is game's over. Yep. Then they stop hitting, and by then it's too late.
I got the solution. If you're Huntington, you ready? You can slow this team down if you play it in reverse. It's the only way you're going to stop that team.
Yeah, but rewind usually goes like double time too, though, sometimes.
Well, at least you took the hits away.
That's a catch-22.
All right, you got me there.
New pitcher for the Hawks, the 4th that they've used in this game. It's number 83, Natalie Moody, into the circle now.
Moody, a 1.27 ERA on the year, and only 11 innings pitched so far.
She'll face Mackenzie Davis, who steps in. She's got a pair of hits already in this game and takes the first one low and away for a ball.
Was watching Moody warm up. She definitely has the fastest pitches of any of these hitters or pitchers that we've seen today for Huntington.
Brings the 1-0, and it's low and inside. It's 2-0 now. You're right. She's bringing it. She's got some nice pop on that fastball there, but she hasn't found the zone in her first 2 pitches.
Yeah, 9 walks as opposed to 6 strikeouts, so maybe a little effectively wild because she only has a 1.27 ERA, so she's doing something right in her limited appearances.
She's got her sign, and she brings the 2-0, and it skips in there for a ball. It's 3-0 now. Moody, she's spelling Maddox, who spelled Melton, who spelled Sharp in this second game of our doubleheader. The Hawks, I mean, they might as well. You're emptying out the bench here. This is a do-or-die situation, so if you're in the circle and you're not getting the job done, we'll trot somebody else out there to give it a shot. As a 3-0 pitch this time is called strike number 1, top half of the zone.
It was something in the water boy. Last game of the year, can't hold anything back. Not technically the last game of the year. If they can extend this, though.
No, but you have to treat it as such if you look at it that way. As that 3-1 pitch misses inside, and Mac Davis draws a walk.
Number 24, Hannah Smith.
Another quick reminder while we got a second, this is the top of the 5th inning in Game 2 of the playoff best-of-3 series. The quote-unquote visiting team, which is Huntingdon, they get to be the home team in the second game. So Piedmont batting here in the top of the 5th inning in their home whites. Not to confuse anybody, but it's confused me already a couple times. Hannah Smith took that first pitch for a ball.
Smith does represent the game winning run potentially, because this is the 5th inning already. So if runs 6, 7, and 8 do come to the plate and cross home plate in this inning, and then they hold the Hawks in the bottom of the 5th, it'll be yet another run rule in the 5th inning. So that's something, if you're a Lions fan, you want to strive for. Still keeping Tina fresh with only 5 innings pitched herself. You already have McBrayer fresh. You haven't even had to use the other 2 pitchers in Whiteside and Sutton. So everything aligning right now, Troy.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gone about as well as you could have hoped right now, I think, if you're the Piedmont Lions. We expected a pretty close game in Game 1. It ended up not being that. And that's really freed up their options as they move forward here.
Undoubtedly.
Hannah Calloway into pinch run for Kara Taylor, so she now stands out at second base. And she's going to take off, and she's going to have herself a stolen base. I think it was a bang-bang play with the shortstop covering there, and she is ruled safe. New Stratton was there, but really good work from Calloway there. That's her 3rd stolen base of the doubleheader.
That's great. Hannah Calloway, Lexi Chitwood able to be inserted. Both of them have done very good. Chitwood has come around to scoring Calloway herself, and like you said, 3 stolen bases to boot.
Hannah Smith stole second on that as well, a double steal fair for the Lions. Or not Hannah Smith, Mac Davis, I apologize. Hannah Smith is still at the plate.
She's that fast she could steal it from the plate.
I'd believe it.
2 important runs out there. I was saying the run rule potential alive. Smith at the plate having a good day so far. Chopped the last one over the head of New Stratton.
Yeah, Hannah Smith 2 singles so far in this game in her first 2 plate appearances. She got a couple runners in scoring position here, and she takes that one high and in for ball 4. And that'll load the bases for the 8-hitter Macy Allen.
We're probably seeing why Moody, and I when I was watching her warm up, it was pretty accurate. She had great speed. So I was like, wow, why don't they use her a little bit more? A little bit wild here to start off. But, you know, she's coming in the middle of the game. Sometimes it's tough when you're inserted in a pressure-cooked situation. And now they are going to come and relieve Moody of her duties. And it'll be Caroline Elliott, the last pitcher on this Huntington staff that we have not seen yet today.
I'm running out of space on my scorecard here. Like I said, I mean, they're emptying the bullpen is essentially what they're doing here. They've got, it's do or die. They've got to find something and somebody that can hold these Lions hitters off the base paths and off the scoreboard.
Yep. Elliott's line on the season, she's 2-0 so far, a 7 ERA and 9 innings pitched. She has given up 11 hits, 9 runs, all earned. She has 2 strikeouts and 9 walks on the season. So kind of the same thing we might have just seen with Moody, where she was a little higher ratio walk to strikeout. Elliott doubling that, so we'll see if she can try and find the control and steady the ship here for the Hawks, who at least want to make it past the 5th inning this game, Troy.
Yeah, I think right now, I mean, obviously their goal is to win the game, but maybe even just a little bit of playing for pride right here. We want to play a full game. We don't want to get run-ruled in both games, and this has been a good season for Huntington, too. This is a West Division championship series. I mean, these are the top 2 teams here in this West Division, theoretically, then the top 4 in the USA South. So they're by no means a bad team. They're playing for pride here as well. They've had a good year, and they want to keep that rolling.
It's an 11-3 conference record for them, so to call that a bad season would be just terrible.
It would just be wrong.
Yeah, and overall,
it'd be flat out wrong.
It'd be flat out wrong. Since they played Piedmont, they were 8-0 leading up to this game.
Yep.
So, I mean, you figure they've played some exceptional softball, but today they just ran into a buzzsaw.
Yeah,
so far.
This Hawks team, Mario mentioned it, they split with Piedmont here in that series that we've been referencing. Haven't lost a game since before Game 1 back here at Piedmont. So they really were on a roll to finish off this season. As the first pitch there from Elliott on the outer part of the plate is called a strike to Macy Allen.
Allen was watching on deck as Smith was up the plate, really getting the timing down. Going to definitely have to adjust here as Elliott considerably slower than Sharp was. I'm sorry, than Moody. Even
hard to keep the Hawks pitchers all straight. They've used all 5 of them,
yep.
at least all 5 that have thrown this season. It's called a strike there to Allen. Bases are loaded. It's Calloway at third, Davis at second, Smith at first, and it's Macy Allen at the plate, and she takes that one low and away for a ball. Callaway pinch running for Kara Taylor, who reached on a double. Caitlin Perry led off this inning with a solo home run out to right center field, and that's what's gotten everything started here for the Lions. There's one out in this top of the fifth inning as Allen grounds one out towards short. Newstroughton gloves it, throws home to get the lead runner, and they do. They cut down Callaway at the plate. That's a very important second run, and that's a good strategy, I think. They didn't give Hannah Smith very much to hit in that last at bat. I think it was because they had first base open, and they wanted to get some force outs around the diamond.
Yep. Absolutely.
Allen reaches on a fielder's choice. Then they cut Callaway down at the plate for a very important second out, and that brings up senior TK Sauls now, the 9-hitter for Piedmont. She swings at the first pitch. It's grounded out towards second, gloved and thrown over to first by Anna Vaughn. And it's a good work there by Huntingdon to leave the bases loaded. Caroline Elliott comes in and does her job and limits the damage for Piedmont in that top of the fifth inning. Caitlin Perry's solo home run, though, extends the Lions' lead at 6-1 as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning here at the Walker Athletic Complex.
Pinch hitting, number 1.
Bottom of the fifth inning here at Piedmont College. The Huntingdon Hawks, the home team in this game, too. They trail 6-1. Pinch hitter to start off this bottom of the fifth inning. She takes a strike on the outer half. Mario, who is the pinch hitter?
It is Emma Sperlin, who actually has a .313 average on the year. Has played 22 games. She's seen some action. She's the more offensive replacement here for Conville. And down 6-1, this is the right move. You're definitely going to need some runs to catch up in this game, so it doesn't matter how good a defense you play. You're going to have to try and battle back against a 6-1 deficit.
Yeah, focus has to be on offense here for the Hawks, that's for sure. Sperlin's up in the count right now, 2-0, and she flies that one out toward left field. Caitlin Perry's giving chase and will make the play in foul territory for a very important first out.
Yeah, it's good positioning there. She was playing well over past the 214 sign, expecting that, was able to Cadillac under that foul ball.
Cadillac?
Cadillac?
I like that.
I'll take a Cadillac, too.
I'd love a Cadillac.
Surprised we don't have a Cadillac right now.
Probably got to pick a different career path first, as much as I like doing my job here. As we go back to the top of the order, Brooke Stefankowitz, the Hawks right fielder, takes a strike from Malik on the outer part of the plate.
Saw her change her approach and shot one down to Macy Allen last time. Macy was able to retire her, but a little bit of change of approach, like I was saying, from Stefankowitz, other than doing the bunting that she's been traditionally tried to do against Piedmont all season.
Yeah, she definitely, she's a prototypical left-handed slap hitter. She's going to put it down on the left side. She's going to put it on the ground, and she's going to try to run. And she does it right here, bunts it towards second. It's Sauls in there to make the play.
Oh.
What a play! The sure-handed senior second baseman T.K. Sauls with a quick zip over there to Kara Taylor, who might have got clipped on the way by, but she looks all right. They're all smiles there.
That hurts my groin watching her stretch out like that. Very nice athletic play by KT there.
Yeah, really nice play. And again, that was the second baseman, Sauls, charging that bunt. Don't see that often, but that's how the Lions have been playing Stefankowicz and Bauer today, and it's been working. So if it's working, then why fix it?
Absolutely, and that's the thing where I was saying where TK is definitely faster than Taylor coming down the line, and that way you don't have to have that switch where the second comes over to first and it's like almost an anticipation throw. KT was already at the bag.
Absolutely. So 2 quick outs here, and it's hit softly again right at Sauls. An easy 4-3 ground out there, and it's a 1-2-3 inning yet again for the Piedmont defense against the Hawks offense. We've played 5. Piedmont leads 6-1. They're 2 innings or less away from a USA South Championship Series. Top of the 6th inning, getting ready to start here in Game 2 of this best-of-3 series between Piedmont and Huntingdon. Surprising move here from head coach Terry Martin, leaving Rebecca Stegmeyer in the game. She's like, what, 5 of 6 today? But she got out last time, so I think she's slumping.
I'm shocked. I am shocked.
Stegmeyer's had herself a very solid doubleheader leading off the game again for the Lions, and she'll lead off this inning here and take one low and away for a ball. Yeah, we joked last time her last at-bat, she grounded out hard to the pitcher, and we said, we might want to bench her now.
Got the shift on her here this time, though, Troy.
Yep, she's been reaching base, and reaching base like it's her job. It is her job. She's the leadoff hitter. Takes that one on the outer part there. It's called a ball.
Yeah, late in the year, in her freshman year, she wasn't hitting as well, was still able to get on a lot. She was very prolific at drawing walks and can definitely do it again today, but she has stabilized her head, and that has really, really helped her with being able to see the pitch and guide the ball wherever it needs to go. You'll see a lot when Becca does struggle. She'll come up to the plate, and as she crosses that left over her right, she'll drop her head, which drops the head of the bat, and just levels out the ball and unable to get that chop on it. When she keeps her head still, it's been a much more smooth approach for Becca.
She's up 3-0 in the count here and squares to bunt and pulls it back. It's going to be called a strike. They make it 3-1. Yeah, you're right, though, Mark. I mean, with hitting, no matter baseball, softball, whether you're a lefty and you're slapping or right-handed and you're power hitter, keeping that head still is so important because it's all the hand-eye coordination. You got to see the ball, and when your head dips and moves, it throws off the whole rhythm of your swing. Mm-hmm. This one's hit hard right at the third baseman, Nolan. She knocks it down, but there's just no play there.
Well, there you go. Terry, good coaching by not taking her out. Good job, Terry.
Yeah, that's tongue-in-cheek, obviously, but that's why he's down there and we're up here. You can't take Stegmeyer out of the lineup right now, and that's another reason for it. I think that one's going to be awarded a base hit. It was hit pretty well.
I said there was some spicy sriracha earlier in the game. She's basically atomic hot. She is as hot as you can be at the plate. Take the atomic challenge at the Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, the Blazing Challenge.
Blazing Challenge. I was thinking of Quaker Steak and Lube. I got my wing place mixed up.
Brings up Caitlin Isley, swings to the first pitch, ripped over the right fielder's head. Stefankowicz can't get there, and now it's off to the races. Rebecca Stegmeyer. She's going to come all the way around from first and score, and it's another extra base hit for Caitlin Isley this season, her 5th double of the year, and it played Piedmont's 7th run.
Okay, that was the atomic sauce. That was the blazing challenge.
There we go.
Caitlin Isley there. Once again, Troy going opposite field, as you've been saying, as John Winters has been preaching. Hit the ball where it's pitched. Opposite field power from the 2-hitter, and we've seen it definitely from the 3-hitter in Caitlin Perry today. This is a clinic so far today for the Lions.
Yeah, if you want to learn how to hit a softball, watch this Piedmont team today. They have done everything right.
And it's not been that way all year. Sometimes they do not have this, but it's nice to know that this will be in the bag so that, maybe next round when they are in the finals, if they can find their rhythm, this is what it can be.
Caitlin Perry digs in now, looking to keep this hitting streak alive. She's 2 for 2 so far. Well, actually 2 for 3 so far on the day, but she's got a triple and a homer. So she's got the 2 hard parts of the cycle out of the way. I'd be surprised if she gets an opportunity to complete it, though. She would need another at-bat later in this game. And the way it's been trending, I'm not sure she's going to get it. Takes that one low and away for a ball. 2 straight hits to lead off this inning from Stegmeyer, and then Isley doubled her in to put Piedmont up 7-1.
Something going on with the umpire here, scratching his head, and Conville and Perry had a good chuckle like, hey, you okay, bud? He even called time for it. That was funny.
Sometimes when you got a bad itch underneath that ball cap and he's been wearing a mask, it's tough. Yeah. He's got the face mask on. It's tough, man. So I don't blame him.
All right.
Everybody's having a good laugh around the plate, too, so it sounds like they're all fine with it. The kick in the delivery this time to Perry. Off-speed pitch, lower third of the zone for a strike.
That was a nice pitch by Elliott. Don't want to elevate anything to KP because you saw what happened last at bat when that was delivered by Sharp. So keeping everything low and keep everything off-speed. KP, I wouldn't say struggles because she's a 500 hitter, but has a little
she definitely
more
doesn't do that.
Yeah. She has a little more difficulty with the slower pitches.
This one fouled back and out of play. Gosh, and since we mentioned that umpire having like an itch on his head, now I got one. A little placebo effect.
You got to be mentally tough, man. Come on. Power through for me. Girls, if you could get like a couple runs here to go, maybe run-roll it, Troy's going to need it. Itchy scalps. He needs some head and shoulders.
No free ads.
Oh, second one.
2-2 count here to Perry as Elliott delivers it, and it's outside for a ball, and it runs the count full. I'd say, with a base open, maybe put Perry on, but Kaylee White's hit the ball hard twice in this game, too, and she's standing on deck, so you don't really want to face her.
Absolutely.
Pick your poison today with this Piedmont lineup. They're all it was top to bottom. I don't think I want to pitch to any of these 9 that are in the lineup right now.
Go Kara Taylor. No. Davis crushing it today. Hannah Smith having a great game, too. Good luck.
The full count pitch fouled up and over the first base dugout. I'd say maybe pitch to Martina Malik. Because she's not in the batting order and she's the pitcher.
That's about
maybe
it.
pitch to her, but even still, hits are contagious. She might rip one. Pitchers who rake.
Well, and McBrayer's one of them.
McBrayer definitely is, yes.
So Elliott trying to at least get the Hawks into the 7th inning here. Want to pitch a clean 6th.
Full count pitch yet again. Perry just managed to get a piece of it. She was way out in front, but she got some aluminum on it and stayed alive.
And that's exactly John Winters telling her right now, quit jumping at it. She's seeing that meatball come in, and it's just like home run derby where you would just want to unleash those hands at the ball. She's got to be patient, sit back, take whatever is given to her.
Yeah, but in a home run derby, your power is going to come with the body and rotating, not by lunging at the pitch. And she does a little better job there. Flies one out toward right field, and camped under it is Stefankowicz. She gloves it and throws it back in toward third. Close play over there at third, but Isley slides in ahead of the tag, so she tags up and moves over to third base.
Quite the arm from Stefankowicz out there. I didn't think there'd be any shot to Isley, who is the best stolen base lady on the team. You'd figure she'd be able to just ease into third base, but a wonderful throw by Brooke out in right field.
Yeah, that was she was deep out there too. She wasn't charging in on that ball. Yep. She was camped under it and made a heck of a throw. So, yeah, and the best arm on the field is usually out in right field or at shortstop, and it looked like that time it was in right field. That brings up Kaylee White now with one out and a runner over at third base. She's got a pair of L8s on her scorecard today. hit a couple balls as hard as you can hit a softball, but both of them were right at the center fielder, Emma Bauer.
Yep.
Oh for 3 in this game, but that's not totally indicative of how she's been performing as she takes that one for a ball. That's how the ball bounces sometimes, though, for you.
Well, and she just like, oh, I'm gonna sneeze, Troy.
Waiting for it.
Oh, it went back in.
Kaylee White fouls that one up and out of play.
Sorry,
that was very courteous, though, of you to be like, hey, just a heads up here.
Before I had that little sinus issue there, I was going to say that she's also kind of petitioning to be in the lineup for maybe both these games in the USA South Final, because Emma McBrayer going 1 for 3 in the first game, not bad, but if Kaylee can really keep tagging the ball, is going to really force herself into the lineup for Game 1.
Yeah, absolutely. It's still sort of like an open audition at that spot right now. I think it's been pretty consistent throughout the season, but once you get into playoffs, that's a heightened level of expectations. Yes. Of you got to perform every at bat every time you step up there. If you have 2 or 3 at bats in a row that don't go your way, in softball they're going to find somebody else to trot out there that'll do the job.
Absolutely.
Elliott comes set, delivers this one to Kaylee White. That one's ripped right back up the middle for a base hit. That's going to plate Isley, and that's 3 very well hit balls for Kaylee White today. That one was tagged, and she very rightfully was finally rewarded with a base hit.
Absolutely. That was on the screws again. I don't know how you square 3 balls up like that perfectly. I mean, I played a little bit. I know Troy definitely played baseball. Joe Garwood in here also played baseball. I don't know that any of us have probably squared up 3 balls that perfectly in the same spot every single time. Wonderful hitting from Kaylee White.
No, not to hit all 3 of them directly back up the middle like that. That doesn't happen very often. But I will say I've had my fair share of of hot hitting streaks. When you're hot, and when the ball looks like a beach ball coming in, this game is so much fun. I think that's what Kaylee White's been feeling this game.
And she was seeing beach balls hitting it with a tennis racket. It was that dominant. I mean, that was perfect from Kaylee White for the 3rd straight time. And she'll actually be switched out here for a pinch runner. It's going to be Lexi Chitwood coming in, who will represent that all-important 9th run, which will put the Lions up 8 with a chance to run rule again.
Yep, that run rule definitely in play. They got it done in the first game of this doubleheader. It was 8-0 after 5 innings. They're trying to make a statement here again and sweep this best-of-3 West Division Championship Series as Kara Taylor takes one outside for a ball.
Yeah,
Taylor doubled her last time up.
The feel around the dugout was a little bit of animosity towards the first series. They have shown that they have really taken that to heart and are putting on a clinic today. And this is exactly what they thought they would see the first time through, like they did the rest of the USA South when they just bulldozed through everybody. Had a couple hiccups with Wesley in there, but really this was the series that they really wanted to amend for and have done so far.
Yeah, absolutely. They just did not play very well in that first. They played it, like I think you mentioned earlier. If it was on a report card, it was their D game. As Taylor rips that one into the left center field gap, it's going to run all the way to the wall again, exactly where she had her last double of this game. And that's going to bring Chitwood all the way around from first to score. And that's 9-1 now. Piedmont, it's an 8-run margin. Very important for this next half inning now.
A little habanero sauce on that one, Troy. That one got out to the wall quick. 2 bounces, and it was already at the warning track in front of the 2010 GSAC Tournament Champions banner. Kara Taylor continues her excellent hitting day. I mean, her excellent hitting day, it's everybody's excellent hitting day. Nobody is even having remotely bad hitting right now. There's like maybe 1 over 3 in the first game for Hannah Smith, but here in the second game, she's resurrected that with I think a 3 for 3 game so far.
Yeah, Smith in the second game, you're right, didn't have a great game. She's 2 for 2 with the walk in the second game. So yeah, everybody's contributing. Nobody's really slumping, I wouldn't say, in this doubleheader. Yep. And Kara Taylor, back-to-back doubles in her last 2 plate appearances. Both of them rolled out there all the way to the wall in left center. So she's seeing it well too. Brings up Mac Davis, the catcher actually in this game too.
And like I said, that 9th run came across, so now Huntington's going to have to score 1 in the bottom of this 6th inning. Now that's barring that Piedmont doesn't score at all here and increase the lead. But as of right now, we are in run rule warning. They're
going to need at least 1, and that number is pending still on this half inning. Low in the dirt, and Taylor's going to take off, but she's going to be dead to rights over there at third. She read it well in the dirt, but it was a nice play from Sydney Conville behind the plate. Kept it in front of her and popped up real quick and made a perfect throw.
Yeah, very good job by Conville. Cupping over, they teach you as a catcher. Don't just sit there and be a backstop right there and just straight-chested. Lean over that so it'll bounce right down in front of you. You're able to pick it up, throw. She came out, once again, very quick from behind the plate as Conville. A smaller stature girl, but very, very, very agile behind there.
Yeah, absolutely. And that Hannah Calloway already pinch ran for Taylor in this game in that last half inning, so that's why Taylor was probably out there this time. Mm-hmm. They pinch ran for her during game 1 at 1.2. I think it was Calloway then as well. Although we've seen both Chitwood and Calloway, the two primary pinch runners, they've both been used in both games. But nonetheless, Taylor was gunned out. That's the second out of the inning. And Mac Davis hits that one hard. It's all the way to the wall out there in right center field. Strong arm from Stefankowicz, but not in time. And Mac Davis has herself a double. She's 3 for 3 in this second game, along with a walk.
Should we save some of these, Troy? I mean,
now that you mention that, yeah,
wow.
Probably.
Wow. I mean, it's not a foregone conclusion, but we're almost about there. It looks like the Lions probably are going to win this, barring a catastrophic collapse from a stalwart junior in Martina Malik. Piedmont's probably going to move on to championship series. I'd love to see them be able to put a hitting clinic together like this again. So, maybe let's leave a couple in the bag, ladies.
34, Jenna Broach.
Yeah, don't want to use them all up before you get into next weekend. You see that happen all the time. Gosh, we're rolling. We had 15 hits and this and that. And then all of a sudden, oh, my gosh, where'd they all go?
Exactly. And this team can go cold. We've seen it before this season.
Some defensive substitutions being made here, it looks like, for Huntingdon. They're going to go with a new pitcher. They're going to go back to Holly Sharp. I don't know who the new pitcher is going to be. They've used all 5 of them that they have on the roster in this game. So Holly Sharp, it looks like, is going to be back in the circle. Just
trying to find somebody that can get them out of a jam and make it seem like Piedmont's not hitting off a tee right now.
I think we're going to have some pinch hitters for the Lions as well as things are starting to open up and coaches are going into their benches. We'll take a quick break and get all of that sorted for you when we come back. We're still in the top of the 6th inning, here at the Walker Athletic Complex. Welcome back to the Walker Athletic Complex on the campus of Piedmont University. I think I've been saying college. That's going to be a hard habit to break. Mm-hmm. Piedmont softball here closing in on a doubleheader sweep in the USA Southwest Division Championship Series. Winner moves on to the overall conference championship series next weekend. Starting to empty the bench here, Jenna Broach pinch hitting for Hannah Smith.
Yeah, Broach, a 208 average on the season, has a double, a triple, and actually was a walk-off double in the last series against LaGrange.
Boy, did she hit that ball hard, too. Mm-hmm. She hit that thing I think it hit the 225 sign out in dead center field.
Yep. 4 RBI. She got, I believe, 2 on that because they were down 2, so that's why she got the double on that, if I remember correctly. It might have been a single, but, yeah, nonetheless, she hit that as hard as that basically should have been scored a triple if it weren't for the run rule.
Oh, she did the job and then some. She slid into third and was really fired up, too. So even if it wasn't officially a triple, she treated it like one, and rightfully so, as this one gets past Conville behind the plate, and Mackenzie Davis moves from second to third.
Lions looking for a little insurance on that run rule here for the 6th inning. Like we were saying, Huntington's going to have to score 1 to extend the contest, and now if they allow Broach to single and get Davis in, they're going to have to score at least 2 to continue their season.
Pitch here to Broach, grounded toward first, and it's gloved by Caitlin Caffey over there. She'll step on the bag, a 3 unassisted, and that ends the inning. But 3 more runs come home for the Lions. They lead now 9-1. They get 3 outs, and they'll be on their way to the USA South Conference Championship Series. We'll see if they can get it done when we come back. Bottom half of the 6th inning here in Game 2 of this West Division Championship Series. Piedmont 3 outs away from punching their ticket to the USA South Conference Championship Series as Martina Malik gets Emily Neustraten to hit the first pitch straight up the chute. Macy Allen calls off. My brain just froze. Caitlin Isley. Caitlin, I was going to say TK Saul is thinking of the 2 up the middle.
How'd you forget Pigpen?
I don't know how I forgot Isley. That was... It's been a long day, I guess, maybe. That's an important first out. 1 pitch, 1 out here, and we'll see some pinch hitters now, I believe, for the Hawks. And it's Danny Brown, a senior, going to pinch hit in the number 4 spot for Hannah Vines.
Definitely want the Lions to be able to close it out here for the run rule. And let's get on to the finals as we await the winner of the Pfeiffer versus NC Wesleyan game, which those will be played tomorrow, and their 3rd game, if necessary, will be played on Monday. But in saying that, Danny, a senior, probably her last collegiate at bat, so, hopefully she does well here. Maybe give her a single. Why not?
Yeah, but 8-run deficit here for Huntingdon. It looks like their year's going to come to a close as this one from Malik misses just off the plate. Pretty good season, though, for Huntingdon. Like we mentioned earlier, they haven't, until this doubleheader, they hadn't lost a game since the last time we saw them here at the Walker Athletic Complex. They really had a good season in conference as Brown swings through that one, and it's fouled straight back.
Yep, Brown 2-12 on the season. She's seen action in 20 games played. Started 7 of them. Did the senior. Facing off against the spectacular junior, the marvelous Malik.
Malik misses that one a little bit out and up in the left-handed batter's box. Still cheering down there in the Huntingdon dugout, though. They got a little organized clap going, cheering on their senior teammate. You do like to see that as she fouls one right over at him.
Don't cheer for me. I hit a ball at you.
Yeah, shut up, guys. You do like to see that, though, and it was a good. I think it's a good move by head coach Casey Kritzberg here to empty the bench here. This game, it's 9-1. This game's all but lost, I think, at this point. You play to the final out, but sometimes reality does set in, and you want to get your seniors in at bat here.
Ooh,
she hit that one pretty well, did Brown, but it's lifted well foul over the left field line.
Actually went into the soccer goal, so she can at least take that with her. She scored a goal in her last at bat.
She did score. All right, then.
Bended it like Beckham in there.
Bend it like Brown.
There you go.
But there's 2 strikes on her, and Malik delivers this one home. It's ripped right back up the middle. Stegmeyer is not going to be able to get there. So there you go, Danny Brown. Welcome to the game, and find yourself on base in what is likely here your final at bat.
There you go. Good for Danny Brown. Love to go out on top. Good for her.
Although these the COVID, these extra years and stuff, so we're never really totally sure now that I think about that. So we're saying it as a traditional, a senior, last at bat. Who really knows though at the end of the day, and we don't have that insider information on the Hawks on who's coming back, who's not. So
very true.
All we see is senior, and our instincts kick in.
Mm-hmm.
Molly Singletary now, another senior. We saw her at second base of game 1. She's going to pinch hit for Anna Vaughn.
I like to wish these seniors, a good last at bat, but if Singletary does single, then now we may not get the run rule. So I want to wish him well, but it's like a two-sided sword there.
Wish them well, but not too well.
Yes.
We're a little bit biased. We are Piedmont broadcasters, but we want to see the game played the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Brown at first base after her single. Malik delivers that one, but misses just outside.
Malik still having an excellent game 5 and a third to this point. Not an earned run. 1 run is on the board. Like I said, unearned. Only 5 hits and 1 strikeout from Martina.
This one's lifted high out into the air toward left field. That's Caitlin Perry who camps under it and makes the grab for the second out. And the Lions are 1 out away from sweeping this doubleheader in a pair of 5-inning games. Thinking we may have another pinch hitter or maybe a pinch runner now, it looks like. I think it was number 20. Oh, I think it was Vines going back in, actually. Vines re-entering. So Vines re-enters for Danny Brown over there at first base.
Yep, she'll represent the game-extending run if she's able to get across. We will at least go to the 7th inning. We'll give Huntingdon a shot to try and come back in this game.
It comes down to Lydia Lewis. She's got an F7 and an F9 in this second game so far. Took that one for a ball, I believe. I was updating my scorecard. I didn't actually see it.
Yep, was a ball.
Alrighty.
The Lions bench didn't like it, but it was a ball.
I heard a lot of noise. I wasn't sure what was going on. So it was a 1-0 count. Lewis pounds that one to the left side, and it's past a diving Macy Allen, so it'll extend the game a little bit longer. First hit of this second game for Lewis. That moves Hannah Vines up to second as well, and it brings up Annie Nolan, but there may be another pinch hitter, and it looks like there will be. Nolan's going to leave, but shout out to her. She's played a really good third base today, all day for the Hawks. She's going to be replaced. It's number 22. That's Macy Wilson.
Wilson, a 250 average on the season. Seen action in 18 games, started 3 of them. She does have a double on her scorecard this season.
Here in her sophomore campaign, it looks like as well. So we had mentioned some seniors, but it looks like Kritzberg got those. Kritzberg got those seniors in there.
Yeah, Kritzberg, Neustraten,
yeah,
Stefankowitz. Guys, make it easy.
These Hawks aren't making it easy on the broadcasters, not at all. Wilson swung through the first pitch she just saw from Malik, though, so she's behind 0-1. Martina's been stout as normal today. She's 1 out away from getting her team into the championship series, and now she's 1 pitch away. Wilson fouls one straight back.
Love to see her get her with that patented curveball that Malik possesses. Love to just work it right middle half out to outer third. Let's all go home happy, huh, Tina?
It's a team win if it does happen here for Piedmont. Only 1 strikeout for Malik. She's needed all the help she's gotten from her team, and she doesn't need one there, though. Malik strikes out Wilson and let the party begin. Lions are celebrating out near the circle. Water bottles spraying everywhere. They are on their way to the USA South Championship Series here with a 9-1 win over Huntingdon.
Yep, the Lions proving that they are the king of the jungle, still able to take down the Hawks very convincingly in both games, running them in 5 and 6 innings. Still did not give up a run to this team the entire year that was earned. The only run today coming off of the air by Caitlin Isley, who then definitely made up for it by having a second spectacular game, and everybody across the board hitting. Pitching was perfect. Not a thing that we could really say negative about this game.
No, I think the word we mentioned off air between one of the innings today was clinic. Just a clinic. The pitching was great. The hitting was great. The situational awareness of base runners was great. I can't pick out many negatives, if any, from this game. It was spectacular from the Lions.
Yep, absolutely. And I don't know what Terry Martin's going to say in the circle other than, all right, do it again.
I'm sure, yeah. They're out there right now in left field. They're going to talk it up, but we like to think Terry Martin's going to be happy. I'm sure he'll find some things that he thinks they can improve on. That's a coach's job, and that's what's made him so successful, and that's what's got this team in the position they're at right now. That was just a great game. I mean, I'm going to keep harping on it, but, I mean, that was a clinic. The Lions put on a clinic.
Absolutely. Nothing more to say than, you got to bring it the next weekend as well, because it's going to be Pfeiffer, NC Wesleyan boasts the second best pitcher in the conference, who basically is right in the middle of Tina and Emma as far as ERA goes. Pfeiffer, one of the best hitting teams in the conference, has put up the most runs so far. So either way, they're going to run into a much better opponent. So you're not going to be facing a Huntingdon squad that basically struggled to find pitching today. They're going to have to bring their A game this time. They are not going to be able to get by with their B or C. But this today was their A-plus game.
Oh, that was A-plus, absolutely. I mean, I don't know how you play a better series than that from start to finish. You mentioned there, though, Mario, Pfeiffer and NC Wesleyan, they'll play tomorrow. Their first 2 games, and a game 3, if it's necessary, will be on Monday. Pfeiffer was 20-10 overall. Were the Falcons. They were 9-3 in conference play. They're currently on a 7-game win streak entering the playoffs. And NC Wesleyan, conversely, they were 17-15 overall, 10-4 in conference. So certainly those 2 teams toward the top of the East. They've won 2 straight entering the postseason. That's what awaits the Lions on the horizon now. One last shout out, Mario. Run through Martina's line. That was again, it was a great pitching performance here in Game 2 to seal the deal for Piedmont.
Yet Martina Malik gets the win. She faces 25 batters in the contest, goes 6 innings, 1 run, no earn on 6 hits with 2 strikeouts, and does not issue a walk the entire game. I didn't think you'd probably be any better than Emma McBrayer. I think this is at least on par. Maybe a little bit lower, but that's like basically saying, do you want to play hockey with Crosby or Gretzky? I'll take either.
Yeah, it's 1A and 1B. You can't really lose in that situation. Yep. So, yeah, don't even want to compare those two. So, really a great performance all around from Piedmont today. Hitting, pitching, fielding, base running, and all the above. Good series from both teams. I mean, Huntingdon, they played hard through the end. You saw that their dugout was cheering their pinch hitters on and making sure that they played through the final out. So you give them a lot of credit. Not the way they'd like to end their season. They'll be 16-18 to finish off the season, but they were 11-3 in conference. So they definitely earned their way into this series, and you got to give them credit for that.
They do. They absolutely do. And their pitching probably just wasn't what it was early in the season when they faced Piedmont the first time. We'll give it credit to the Lions. They probably made adjustments, watched some film. I know definitely 3 of the girls texted saying, hey, you're really good on the first broadcast. So I know they were watching the film and definitely going to school on Melton, and it was clear today because they hit her around a bunch. But I don't think they had their A game. They were going to need to have it playing the more superior team in Piedmont. But like you said, Troy, credit to them. They end up 16-17 on the season, a conference record of 11-3 before coming into the postseason. So a very good season for the Hawks, and just ran into a better Piedmont squad.
Yeah, certainly nothing to hang your heads about if you're Huntingdon. But today belonged to the Piedmont Lions, a pair of dominating victories, 8-0 in Game 1 and 9-1 here in Game 2, both finished in the 5th inning by virtue of the run rule. That's going to do it for us. Piedmont advances to the USA South Championship Series. That'll be next week against the winner of Pfeiffer and NC Wesleyan. For Mario D'Alessandro and the rest of our crew up here in the press box at the Walker Athletic Complex, thank you for joining us on the broadcast. It's been a pleasure. It's been a lot of fun. We'll see you guys next week, and we'll continue to root on the Lions as they chase a championship. Again, for Mario D'Alessandro, I'm Troy Wyman. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you next time.